I'm about to say the most generic thing you've ever heard in personal development. Know what you want, write it down, close your eyes and picture it, act like you already have it. And boom, you've got $1 million dropping from the sky. Sound familiar? You've probably heard that advice 100, if not 1,000 times, and maybe you've even tried it 1,000,000 times yourself. And sure, on the surface, it makes sense. But here's the real question. If it worked, wouldn't we already all be living our own dream life? And let's be real. Most people will spend 20 minutes pontificating on those same 4 steps, leaving you no smarter and probably a little bit more annoyed and confused than when you started the video. But here's the shift. Visualization is maybe 20% about what happens when your eyes are closed and 80% about what happens when you actually activate your vision in your daily life. Because vision doesn't only exist when your eyes are closed. That's just a fantasy. It's about how you walk, talk, speak, and choose to act, because that's what your subconscious mind will start registering as real. If you don't believe me, look at the greats like Kobe Bryant, for example. He didn't just imagine shots going in the basket. Kobe embodied the identity of the Black Mamba. His vision was just as clear off the court as it was on the court. He didn't just shut it off when he opened his eyes. He literally became it. And that's the difference between visualization and actually being able to execute it as a reality. So here's the problem with the way most people approach visualization. They treat it like a checklist. Write it down, do it once or twice, slap some affirmations on it, and then they wonder why it's not sticking. The reason is simple. Your subconscious mind, it just isn't convinced. Your subconscious is designed to keep you safe by keeping you familiar. So when you hold this big new vision, but your nervous system is still thinking it's unsafe or unrealistic, you're going to end up sabotaging it. Not because you're broken, but because your brain is doing its job. And why does that even matter? Because 95% of who you are is inside your subconscious mind. The secret identity you carry, even from yourself, the only real one that shows in the results you have, right? So yeah, journaling, visualizing, affirmations, they're powerful. But if you're only engaging 5% of your mind, you're never going to unlock 100% of your transformation. That's why most vision practices just don't stick, because you think you're changing your reality when you close your eyes, but the real shift isn't in doing it. It's in the minutia. It's in the micro adjustments. It's in the mastery of how your vision is integrated in your life outside of it. Think of a plane. If it leaves from Los Angeles heading for New York, if it's just 1 degree off course, it won't land in New York, right? It's going to land completely in Washington, D.C. or something, or maybe even North Carolina. 1 degree seems small at first, but it's completely different destinations just by 1 degree. And that's how your vision works. One small misalignment between what you consciously want and what your subconscious actually believes to be true will land you in a completely different reality. That's why minutia matters, because when you bring that 95% on board, when you rewire your subconscious for actual success to believe in your new identity, that's when everything changes. And that's why this is video 2 in a series. So if you haven't yet seen video 1, I'm going to link it below. But here's the truth. Vision isn't a wish list. It's not a collage of pretty pictures glued to a board. And you might even heard about the reticular activating system, the part of your brain that acts like a filter for your reality. You've probably even heard the example about buying a red car, right? And all of a sudden you're seeing them everywhere. But here's the shift. Those red cars were always there. You could either take that as proof that your vision is possible and go buy the car and take that action, or you can look around and say, well, there's a lot more black cars, green cars, gray cars out there, so I guess red really isn't realistic for me, right? Same filter, 2 totally different outcomes, and the choice is yours. So vision isn't just about noticing, it's about choosing what those signals mean, because only when that happens, you're going to change your reality. Otherwise, you're just going to be another person who wants a red car, sees them everywhere, but thinks that it's not for them. So it's not just about creating vision boards, it's about getting your vision on board. When your eyes are closed and when they're open, vision and visualizing is like your emotional fuel, and people miss that. Because yes, Your brain can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. That's why visualization works. But here's the catch. It only works when your subconscious actually feels something. You can close your eyes and imagine yourself in your dream house, driving your dream car, living your dream life. And in those moments, your brain is going to fire like it's happening. But then if you open your eyes and you're staring at the same old apartment, same old desk job, the same old day-to-day reality, and that vision doesn't move you emotionally, it's going to override what you've already done. And your subconscious is always going to choose what's familiar. And this is why people fall off. Because vision isn't just what you see when your eyes are closed. It's what you choose to see when your eyes are open. And unless you challenge your inner vision to see what's not there yet, to live what's not there yet, and to believe in possibility when none exists, your subconscious is always going to default to safety. I'm just interrupting this video for a super duper Ashley Cooper quick second to offer you something that's never going to cost you a penny and that will literally transform your life. Why? Because I created Made for Millions, the very first ever 100% brand funded educational platform for entrepreneurs. That means that you can get 100% free entrepreneurial education, zero fluff, zero BS, zero gatekeeping, zero payment ever, 100% for free. Our goal is to help 1 million heart-centered, impact-driven entrepreneurs hit the seven-figure mark by 2030. And so if this is you, all you need to do is click the link below that says Made for Millions. You're going to get access to a host and an epic amount of free training, as well as an incredible community that's already racking up to the thousands. So with that being said, let's get back into your regular scheduled programming. So yes, practice 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. Do deep visualization, just like I do inside the activation arc. But more importantly, carry that vision with you throughout the day. Walk with it, speak with it, choose from it, filter your life where you see the world around you as though it's already there. Because your vision isn't powerful unless it believes that it's emotionally real. That's when the filter in your brain shifts and you start to see invisible doors open when they were once closed. And I talk about this more inside my visions framework, where I break down the steps of visions. It's actually spelled like visions, like an acronym, because that's where everything shifts. And I've got another video on that. So how do you actually practice visualization in the right way? It's simple, but it's not easy. First, yes, you do the closed eye work. You do the journaling work. You map it out just like we do in the Activation Arc workbook. That's where you prime your subconscious. You immerse yourself in the emotions, the details, the identity of your 10.0 self. But here's the bigger piece most people miss. You know, the human vision can only see 0.003% of the electromagnetic field. And I think that happens internally too. There's so much that we can't see that's already around us. So much possibility, so much potential, so much opportunity. And every single choice you make to see this is an opportunity to vote on yourself. That's why I say that it's not just about visualization, it's about embodiment. The point is to live your vision all day and to make it a game where you're looking around at the world around you and you're seeing the examples of why it's going to happen, not the reasons why it won't. And you probably heard me referencing the Activation Arc and the workbook, which is guaranteed to make you activate your life and become completely unrecognizable in under 90 days. It's 100% for free. So you can comment activate below and I'm going to send you the entire workbook. This entire system is working together with the minutia of what it takes to make change, with the 1-degree shifts that need to happen in your life in order to affect change. It works on a deep and profound level in helping you transform your identity and who you fundamentally are, and bringing in this 80% vision that it's happening when your eyes are open, and also marrying that with action and a gamified system to help you make your results fun and enjoyable and exciting and make you want to show up every single day for your life. I call it my dopamine machine because it literally gives you dopamine hits every single day, and it's going to replace your desire to do all of the things that you normally do to get the dopamine hit, because your life, is not doing that for you. This is about rewiring the way that you see change. This is about rewiring the way you see transformation. It's about helping you step into that level in that version of yourself. So inside the activation arc, we go deeper into how to create a script that sticks in your life. The what is the goal that you want to achieve? And we reverse engineer it so that you're so clear on your visualization. Because what also happens is that a lack of clarity will give mixed signals to, you could call it, God or the universe, or the frequency that be, in the world. And it's going to affect the actions you take if you're not clear on where you want to go. We could even take it back to directions, right? Like, maybe you're not in a plane this time, you're in the car and you're wanting to go on the adventure of a lifetime. But in the process of planning this incredible trip, you're not really sure where you want to go. And you're looking at all these different maps. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm going to go on this trip. And then all of a sudden you're in a car with this map that's pointing you in a million different directions. Like, how are you ever going to get somewhere? Like, you're just going to sit in your car all day looking at a map, or you're going to drive in the completely wrong direction when you never ever wanted to go in because you're not clear. You don't have that vision. And so while we're at that, we're talking about vision, you might have heard the analogy, which I love, when people are like, if you're driving somewhere, you're not getting to your destination by looking in your rear view mirror the entire time. You're focusing on going forward. And so when we even look at that as, splitting that in time, you're only ever looking back and referencing the vision of the future based on taking it as information, and either using it as inspiration or information, or even like, if you're like me and you've been through, God, hell and back, and you've driven a lot of trips in your life, and most of them were to Mordor. But looking back on that and being like, this is how it happened for me. This is, and you could have gone through the worst possible situation, and I'm so sorry if that's happened to you. And obviously, in including to like trauma therapy and all of the other things, but it's not to invalidate the things that happen to you. Don't bypass them, acknowledge them, but try to leverage them as a way to be like a reference point in the past. But your vision is, you know, like almost 100% in the future, right? So you always have to, like, if you're driving, you have to look in the rear view every now and then, right? But you're not fixated on it. You're not stuck on it. You're only ever looking back for information or for inspiration or for like a reference point. You're not looking back, with regret and no one's perfect. Like, expect to not be perfect. But even if you were to do a few more percent than you're already doing, your life is going to look radically different, right? I think a lot of people falter because, you're going to be like, okay, I need to visualize perfectly. And Ashley said, you need to like see your external vision and it needs to be perfect. And, you need to like always be seeing the vision, and that's a great vision and blah, blah, blah. And then maybe you didn't do it that great that day. But that's not about punishing yourself. It's just about using that as information and being like, okay, how can I do better tomorrow? Or what did I do? How much did I? Oh, I did it 5% more than I did the other day, or even 1% more can radically change your life, just like, being in the plane. And that's why inside the tracking system, I have a space for wins and for gratitude and for bonuses. And it's not about perfection, it's about progress and making those incremental shifts towards shifting your reality. Because the fact of the matter is, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be better than you are today. And you're going to be radically different. And a 90-day commitment to do so will completely transform your life. And again, it's not about being perfect. It's not about like, I don't know if you've heard about 75 hard, but I did that. It's a 75-day challenge. You have a series of things you have to do. If you screw up on one, you have to start over. And it's incredible. Like, I'm going to be real. Like, I enjoyed it. I finished it. I never messed up once. It was an incredible experience. It showed me what I was capable of. But at the end of the day, the problem with that was it wasn't sustainable long term, because who in the world can work out twice a day, every single day, not even on weekends, do all of these things? And so what often happens with people is that they ricochet back, and almost sometimes worse than before, because it's not sustainable. This entire thing is about creating sustained change and not taking on too much. So I do say, do your visualization, with the scene that we plant inside the workbook and the scene that you create, and be that person and become that person, create that scene, do it 10 minutes at night and 10 minutes in the morning, because that's when your subconscious mind is most malleable, and it will set you up for success throughout the day. But also choosing to see different things throughout the day, choosing to see the possibility, choosing to see the shift, choosing to see that things are changing for you. And, you know, even in building this, and every time I've built a successful business, every time I've done something successful, there's always been a part of the road where it feels like nothing is working. It's never going to happen. I might as well give up. In the bigger the vision, the more this happens. And so I just started seeing like, okay, if things don't go right, problems equal solutions, solutions I can sell. Like whatever reframe you need to do. But being able to shift that inner vision and outer vision, right? Because we're consistently filtering the world through this vision. And as I said, the human eye can only see 0.003% of the electromagnetic field. And so what else is out there that you can't see? What potential is out there that you can't see? What is shifting behind the scenes that you can't see? Because guaranteed things are going to take longer than you expect. They're going to cost more money than you're going to expect. They're going to probably take more energy than you expect. And that's not me like prophesying over your life and saying it's going to happen. I also believe there's a reality where none of that happens. But the fact of the matter is, it often happens. So when it does, don't treat it like a surprise. Treat it like something that you were waiting for, you were expecting, and it's a cue that things are happening for you. And so, as I said, your outer vision, like what the things you're seeing in your life, are very rarely going to line up immediately, despite what some people say, despite the fact that time doesn't exist, despite like the quantum reality, despite how fast you can shift. And I believe you can shift radically fast, and I talk about that more in the other videos. But the fact of the matter is, it rarely shifts straight away. And so don't expect your outer vision, because it's not even registering 99% of reality. So expect it. Treat it as something that's, you know, that's inevitable, and that's going to get you there faster. So just to recap this entire video, visualization isn't just what happens when you close your eyes and you picture something happening. It's also the vision that you carry out throughout your entire life. It's the 80% of your vision that's going to carry out into your entire life. It's about what you're choosing to see in your reality. It's about choosing and electing and voting with the power of your choice what future you're creating. And if you liked this video, I would deeply appreciate it if you give me a comment and a like and hit that subscribe button, because I do videos and deep dives like this all the time. And I'd love to see you inside the activation arc, where it's the free 90-day challenge. It's a rinse and repeat challenge. You can upgrade your life every 90 days, celebrate yourself, celebrate others, be celebrated by others along the way. And so that's why when you leave a comment below, make sure that you like 3 other people's comments and you comment and celebrate them as well to pay it forward. And we'll see you in the next video. And if you don't know me, my name is Super Duper Ashley Cooper, and I'm Super Duper Ashley Cooper. Happy to have you here, and we'll see you soon.